Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last bell. We start in 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our annual Carnival of Wit and Song. And as always, we will start with an introduction by that cynosure of Belgian stand-up, that genius of jolly jokes, that lord of laughter. Did I say that right, Jeff? Ladies and gentlemen, Geoffrey Mead.
Thank you, Nigel. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Nigel Griffiths. I really am sorry. I mean, it's not my fault, okay? I'm sorry. You know. In the words of legendary English, or British if you wish, actor Michael Caine, you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. We weren't going to do this show this week. We thought it would be too sensitive with leaving yesterday, as we didn't. And then we had a meaningless vote amongst the cast, and And the theatre very kindly offered us an extension to April the 12th. So we thought we'd go for this a fourth time before that. And I've also, we've got another extension to May the 22nd. And after that, I have to become a functionaire. So there we are. So to all the non-Brits in the audience, I do say sorry on behalf of the Prime Minister, the government, the UK delegation in Brussels, and anyone else. And I'm sure you've already been exchanging apologies with your British colleagues in the rows. There's nothing we can say at this stage, but we're keeping an eye on breaking news, and anything that comes in will be relayed live on a magical screen which will pop up behind me. So I don't expect that's going to be used. Yeah, and two of our cast, two of the people who are going to be appearing for you tonight were stuck in the Eurostar terminal in... Yeah, they were. No, they were. They were there when this pro-Brexit protester was there. They were coming back. Well, there's a protester. So, well, how many are there? One. What? An entire rail service brought to a halt for several hours by one measly protester with one measly Union Jack flag around his flaccid shoulders. It's the first time, by the way, that the Eurostar train service has been brought to a halt by levers on the line. Yeah. Or, as I say, more tragically, a lever on the line. I mean, you know, I don't know what to say. We've changed our dog's name. He's now called Barksit. Belgian nationality should be arriving through the post any minute. Oh, there we are. Yeah. There was a bit of a hitch. No, it wasn't too difficult a hitch. The hitch was that my passport and ID card, passport and birth certificate, rather, have two different places put on them, place of birth and everything. Apparently this is quite common. I was born in a little town called Paynton, near Torquay in Torbay. You see, it's already getting complicated. And I was born in Torbay Hospital, but I lived in Paynton in the borough of Torbay, but the closest town is Torquay. Anyway, when we went up to get the papers, the lady in the guichet at Scarbeck Town Hall said, "No, this is all right. You've been here a long time. You've got wrinkles and you pay full social security and stuff. You're more or less a member of the Belgian family." But there is one little problem here. You've got, you know, a different place of birth on your birth certificate and on your passport. And it was then that my wife and I, she was with me, and we said, sorry, yes, forgot about that. We had the same problem when we got married in the same commune, and we got all the documentation. Here you are. Here's the copies of the affidavit from the bilateral ambassador to Belgium, the UK bilateral ambassador, who had done a thing. He didn't even know where Paynton was, but he just wrote it out. Yeah, it's okay, it's there. Yeah, it's the same place. Blah, blah, blah. And she said, there we are. So that's okay. That's that problem. She says, okay, well, so we'll need the same again. So, well, sorry, it's the same. I know these are small unknown places, but they don't move around. I mean, Paynton and Torquay and Torbay are still. But she said she was very nice. I'm not really having a go at her, but it was just I said, I had to pass that test to get my nationality. Yeah. So I immediately recognized what she was saying. So I said, but, you know, look, we got married. This was good enough for being married a few years ago. But she said no. So she said, you have to go to the British consulate. I said, we can't even find it now. I mean, there wasn't one for a long time. Do you remember you used to go and have your passport in Paris? You either had to walk to Paris or go and wait in London for 3 days. Anyway, it's the British consulate. And we went to the British consulate and saw a very nice man. Foreign, but very nice. And and I said, look, could we short-circuit this? I just need a thing to say that Paynton is part of Torbay and it's next to Torquay. And he said, okay, well, I'll check. So please don't check. I was born there, okay? This is the point. It's not that important. This is a pure formality. But I could see he was worried that if he gave out wrong information about the geography of the south coast of Britain, or hell to pay, probably lose his job. Anyway, he was very nice. And I said, could you just short-circuit it and do, when you've checked and verified it, put it in French, just straight in French. And he said, oh, no, we can't do French here. So, what do you mean? You can't? Well, it's the British consulate. It's on the door. So anyway, so he did it in English, and that was fine. But then I had to go to you then have to get it authorized. And I said, well, I did that last time. And he said, well, you have to do it again. And he said, remember, you've got to go to a recognized translator. I said, I will bloody recognize that. I was there only a few years ago the first time. Anyway, this wrinkle was done and done, so that's all right. So ça va pas has become ça va, and we're just waiting for the paperwork. Take bark, sit round the block. All part of Europe nicely together now. But I treat the Belgian nationality thing, this is not meant to be rude about Belgium, but I treat it rather like Article 50 in the backstop. You know, I never really mean to use it, you know. No, because you get the two passports. Was that a Belgian boo? I do apologize. I'm very proud to be Belgian. Do you not remember the song we did on this very stage a few years ago? Potverdekker, it's great to be a Belgian. I'm not English, I'm not French, and I'm not Dutch. I'm not Japanese, Portuguese, or German. I'm a Belgian, so thank you very much. I must give a credit. That was written by a very good friend of ours who had a #1 hit in Belgium with it, but he sadly died a few years ago. And his obituary in the British papers, this is true, in the Daily Telegraph it was. He had about a third of a page, and it said, a British man who got #1 hit single in Belgium dies. No, because it was a big thing. I mean, obviously, if you're Paul McCartney, of course you've got to... But, you know, an amateur musician. Is that fair, Nigel? Amateur? Was John amateur? Or... No, he's professional. But he did. Now, what a cool idea. Potverdekker, another... you know, Belgian word, probably, you know, crikey, blimey, cool, blimey. You know, Potverdekker, it's great to be a Belgian. What a great marketing tool to get a #1 hit in Belgium. And I remember, we knew him very well, and we said to him, hey, well, Jesus, you could take this, that brand could go global. You launch one, it's great to be Japanese. It doesn't actually rhyme with anything, does it? But you could, in theory, done it. But anyway, we are where we are. John Bercow is very famous, as is Donald Tusk. Donald Tusk is going to be the next baddie in the next James Bond film. Come into it, sir. We meet at last. This is his cat. Sorry. Go on, off you go. No, but Bercow, apparently, and I can't claim to have seen this myself, but apparently there are Brits on the streets of Brussels now and again who now go into bars and deliberately sit down to be served and go, order, order. Yeah, they're going, hello, mate, will you come and take my order? I mean, no, and I'm told, you know, we're all told this stuff, there are school kids in playgrounds in places like Germany, well, not places like Germany, probably Germany, who are bouncing around going, order, order, division, unlock. I mean, I do apologise, but this is, now you know where the Brits got their sort of football hooligan mentality from. These are just people from the terraces in skirts and fancy suits. And Boris Johnson. But, no, it's disgraceful. Does anyone have a strong view about what they've been seeing on the British television from the Parliament recently? I don't mean, you know, maybe non-Brit. Go on, say, what? Is it ridiculous? Or do you think, oh, this is how all Parliament should be? Get into the debate. I mean, and now you understand why Nigel Farage is so rude in the European Parliament. He can't tell a difference, because that's what... But it's funny when it's just one bloke acting like that in a Parliament, isn't it? And everyone says, what the hell is going on? But you see where it comes from. We're all like, order, order, point of order, silence, order, da, da, da. I mean, I sat there and I thought, oh, shit, I'm English too. But I do apologise for all of this. I really do. And I'm sorry we kept you waiting on the 29th of March, but I'm chivying government officials to just get on with it and do something. Mind you, I tell you, there's one person who, if anyone had the chutzpah, the nerve to try to come to Brussels and revoke Article 50, oddly, odd choice I know, Boris Johnson. Boris is so good at spinning the other way around. I know this, I've known him for many years, personally, genuinely. And he will always back down if necessary. And he's the only person who, in my head, I can see coming up to Michel Barnier and say, look, Michel, I feel sorry. Look, it's all been, oh, God. I mean, it just, oh, it's too long a story, really. But honestly, look, it was all just, you know, it was well-intentioned, but we got it so wrong. I'm so embarrassed. And look, could you just forget about it? Don't tell my dad either. But no. So if a revocation is on the way, I know it's bizarre and perverse, but then everything about British politics and Parliament is perverse at the moment. That's the go-to man, I would suggest. Meanwhile, so look, so here we are. We are here. We didn't make too much effort because it's such a changeable thing. But then no script is better than a bad script, I always think. But we have put together some stuff for you. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, I suppose. And firstly, we'll move on, and I'd like to start by taking you back to the heady days before all this had happened, March 2016, when on this very stage, we rather cheekily imagined that Brexit had occurred. Of course, it wasn't at that stage ever going to. So this was just a frippery. This was not meant to be serious. And performed a little thing, which we'd like to do for you again today, now with the knowledge that actually it came true. So brownie points all round, I feel. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to welcome to the stage the legendary chanteuse of the Press Revue, Patricia Kelly.
Downing Street to Berlaymont, Downing Street to Berlaymont. Wish us luck because we still have not quite gone. Downing Street to Berlaymont. Commencing countdown, something's wrong. Check ignition, oh my God, what have I done? This is Berlaymont to number 10. There's not much more to say, but we can't imagine you not being there. So it's time to leave the Union if you dare. This is Downing Street to Berlaymont. We're stepping through the door, 'cause we voted in a most peculiar way. And the Union looks different today. For now, we're in splendid isolation, far above the world. It's true we've left EU, and there's nothing I can do. Though I did my best to keep us in, they didn't want to stay, 'cause my country thinks it knows which way to go. On my life I never thought that we'd say no. Downing Street to Berlaymont, my circuit's dead. There's something wrong, can you hear me, Berlaymont? Can you hear me, Berlaymont? Can you hear me, Berlaymont? Can you hear? We're a single sovereign nation, reaching for the moon. It's true we're leaving you, but at least our passport's blue.
Well done, it's brilliant.
Hello.
And welcome to another edition of Pierre Bleu, the irritating early evening programme for precocious Eurobrats. Later in the show, we'll see what happens when 9-year-old Jason from Wesenbeek-Oppen took up our challenge to rewrite the draft agreement on the withdrawal of the United Kingdom from the EU and actually got the support of the DUP.
And we'll also be reading the latest instalment in our exciting new story, Manfred Weber and the Spitzenkandidaten of Doom.
But first, children, first, talking of withdrawal treaties, we've been thinking about what to do with all that unwanted EU paperwork lying around the house, particularly that fast-growing pile of redundant Brexit negotiating texts.
Yes, so many unwanted documents. I mean, what to do with them? Even when you've propped up all the wobbly tables at home and soundproofed the kids' playroom and lined the cat's litter tray, there's still loads of the wretched things just lying around the house. So what's the answer, Jackie?
Well, Kathy, hang on, we have a letter here from 8-year-old Chantal Chiant. Oh, no, that's Chianti, sorry. Chantal Chianti of Ukla. She writes to tell us that she's papered her bedroom with 22 copies of the European Communications Commission on the Sustainable Finance Action Plan. Luckily, her mum's in DG ECFIN, so they've got plenty of useless proposals lying around to be used.
And, you know, we've had a text from 11-year-old Sam from Oudegem, who has won a recycling award from his school for getting rid of the winter drafts in the assembly hall by using, well, yes, what else? Several unwanted boxes of European Summit draft conclusions that his dad brought home.
Very, very good work, Chantal and Sam. And a Romanian presidency mug and Pierre Bleu badges on the way to you straight away.
Yes, really excellent work. But do remember, kids, always ask your parents first, because they may actually have to read these documents before you put them to better use. But, you know, we've got another idea to turn all that paper into something that is really useful for everyone.
Yep. So, take those Brexit negotiating papers, the draft negotiating text, the proposals for council decisions, instruments, joint statements, position papers, joint technical notes, guiding principles, letters, joint reports, and infographics in your possession, and tear them into tiny little pieces, like so.
Now then you have to plunge this paper into a bucket of paste made of 6 parts water, 3 parts flour, and 1 part left blanche. Stir well, and then you spread the resulting mixture into a very thin layer, Jackie. It must be thin, across the sitting room floor. But do remember that never do this when your parents are home, because this stuff plays merry hell with the shag pile. If they find out, blame the European Commission. Everyone else does.
Okay, so leave the mixture to dry for 4 hours and then cut it into 4-inch strips, like so, okay? So we just do that, and let's pop those back there. It's all dry now, so that's lovely and fine. Okay, so here's one I made earlier. I think this one, Kathy, this is this month's Commission communication on the endorsement by the European Commission of the results of the discussions with the United Kingdom on interpretive declarations related to the agreement on the withdrawal of the UK from the EU and Euratom. The title of this one was so long, we managed to make 3 toilet rolls out of that alone.
It's wonderful, wonderful. And here, look, here's one I made a while ago. Now, this is the draft agreement on the withdrawal of the UK from the EU as agreed at negotiator level, including the text of Article 132. Now, Jackie, it's soft, it's strong, and believe me, it's interminably long.
So, children, that's really all from us for this evening, except to say that all this business with the paste and the bucket and all of that is really a bit of a waste of time. The next time someone tells you they're going to produce a text designed to deliver a meaningful vote in the British House of Commons, why not tell them straight away exactly where to put it? Good night.
Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for the President of the European Council.
What is it when one half elects it and the other as firmly rejects it? Take the half from the whole and you've splintered a soul and entered the kingdom of Brexit. Now is the winter of our discontent made fevered springtime by this glorious May, and all the lies unleashed upon this land like mad dogs crouch for further employment. Lies, mongrel pups of promises and dreams, dreams so designed to make the dreamer mad, had, having, and in quest to eat this cake, this damned cake that took all Albion's perfidy to bake. But I, King Donald, of Tusk's great line the third, I am not made to play at three-card tricks, nor act the maypole to Teresa's dancing queen, nor jump to join in geriatric jig some mocked-up abber on the Brussels scene, who, back in London, would at once cavort in dance of death, where mogs and foxes trot, with other worthies of the last resort, who, taught to rule the waves in their great schools, now try to teach us how to waive the rules. Our rules. Prancing the hokey-cokey in a minor key, this in, out, fake it all about. Then yo-yo back to Brussels would she come? Good Donald, wait, I may have lost 3 votes, but they're not meaningful until I've won. There is true madness here. Can this be how a great and ancient parliament speaks now? This royal throne of kings, thus brought so low, behold, the people's Punch and Judy show. Once did we look to Westminster in awe, but now see MPs dice a country's fate. 2 parties that would serve themselves to power before they serve the interests of the state. Parties in public pantomime entrapped in England's hallowed place of sovereign law have pimped this mother of all parliaments, this paragon, into the people's hall. For what? Take back control at sovereignty play? To Brussels shout au revoir? But not, I fear, farewell, for half divorce from Europe is the British way. The price? A real divorce, but this time from itself. So the question, when one half elects it and the other as firmly rejects it, is, however you feel, just when will you heal? Once you've entered the kingdom of Brexit.
Commissioner. I'm sorry, Commissioner. I'm sorry to bring this up again, but we really do need a new plan. We really cannot prevaricate any longer. We've got to push the agenda. Frankly, we need ideas.
Yes, ideas. That's what we need. But failing that in the first instance, I think I should talk to my Director General.
Commissioner, I am your Director General.
Jolly good. There you are. We see we're making progress already.
Yeah, but sir, we need action.
Very well. Action it is. Action this day. What sort of action do you advise?
Well, I advise immediate action. Straight away.
Yeah, I like that. Immediate action. We'll do it. We'll take immediate action to...
Oh, to set up a working group?
Working group, yes. Very good. A working group to
look at practical ways and means of facilitating the development of improved measures at both national and European level.
Excellent. By
effecting the introduction of a feasibility study.
A feasibility study to...
To drive the process forward?
And this working group will be comprised of...
Well, that's easy. Experts.
Yeah, experts.
Yes.
Good. Experts in...
In the field.
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 Yes.
Good.
So where have we got to so far?
Oh, Lord. We've got a working group of regulatory experts from all the member states, who will report back within a year, on practical ways of facilitating the development of improved measures at national and EU level by implementing a feasibility study to drive things forward in a positive way.
Excellent.
Thank you. Very good, sir.
This has been a good day's work. I think I shall call a press conference.
No, Commissioner. No, Commissioner. No, not yet. Excuse me, sir, but first, we really do need to decide exactly how we are going to take things forward.
Yes, of course. How silly of me. So how shall we take things forward?
We could address the issues and draw up proposals.
Proposals for...
A wide-ranging consultation.
Very good. We must be seen to be engaging. Will we consult in anyone in particular?
We will, yes, of course, Commissioner, we will. Stakeholders, social partners, interested partners, organised civil society, disorganised civil society, non-governmental organisations, governmental organisations, consumers and citizens at large.
That should cover it.
And other players and actors operating in the sector.
And after the consultation period is over?
Well, at that stage, my services will publish a detailed analysis.
Excellent. An analysis of what exactly?
The options.
Options for anything in particular?
Yes, options for immediate action.
Brilliant. What kind of options do you foresee?
Well, options which will provide us with a variety of choices.
Yes, we must have choices. Any choices in particular strike you as...
Well, okay, so one obvious choice is a standing committee which would sit every week. It could adopt a resolution appointing an interim high-level panel of wise men to act as an efficient interface between the Commission and key governmental and intergovernmental authorities.
And this high-level panel would...
draft a position paper. Or possibly a green paper, a white paper, or a non-paper.
A non-paper would be good, much less work. And this paper would...
Identify the appropriate modalities for initiating a valuable contribution to the spread of best practice.
Would we do an impact assessment?
Not necessary. Not necessary, so there will be no impact.
Brilliant. To work!
Bottleneck? Yeah. Tony. Your empty face stares into space, that pretty face, that waste of space. Behind your stare, there's nothing there, just empty air. But I don't care. I feel inside a kind of pride each time that I see you preside. night with nothing inside. Look at you with your gaze so stony. Of course you're only there 'cause you know Berlusconi, who is a buddy to my Tony. But I'm so in love, I get chills aplenty each time that I hear the words Il Presidente. Tayani, 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 your stare, it is making me balmy. At once it's so blank yet so smarmy. Tayani, 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 my heart, it just won't let you go. Oh, Antonio. Your term has run. It was such fun, but now it's done. Now you're no one. The Parliament will not lament your lost talent. A non-event. The whole EU will forget you, just like that Violetta Balls or Martin Schultz. Oh, I don't know why, but you're my great obsession. I lose my cool, I lose my self-possession when you address the Strasbourg session. So call me to order with your voice of gravel. I'll be the desk and you can be the gavel. Tayani, 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 your stare, it is making me balmy. At once it's so blank yet so smarmy. Tayani, 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 my heart, it just won't let you go. Oh, Antonio. Oh, Tayani, 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 your stare, it is making me balmy. At once it's so blank yet so smarmy. Tayani, 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 my heart, it just won't let you go. Oh, Antonio.
Das meine heißt, das lost in the water. Oh, Marian, Manfred, you wear glasses now.
Yeah, to look more intelligent, more presidential. Liebe Freunde, dear friends, today my big day has finally arrived.
Herr Kommissionspräsident, your first day will be my last day. And for me, it's finally gin tonic time.
Careful, Jean-Claude. Huh?
Santé, santé, Manfred. I have excellent news for you. In a couple of minutes, we have two lovely ladies visiting us. Are you ready?
Yeah. I have prepared my State of the Union. I burn for Europe. Interrail for everybody. And my legacy? Berge versetzen. moving mountains.
Moving mountains? But why then did you not manage to move Viktor Orban out of the EPP?
I am Beckenbauer, Brückenbauer, Bridgebuilder.
Bridge? Europe is not about playing bridge. It's about a dirty poker game. But I think, yes, they must be here. The dancing ladies are here. Are you ready?
Yeah. Ladies, go up some foot there. I will be your faithful servant.
What? Faithful servant? Teresa, how can we help you?
Things are obvious. I want the best deal for my country. I want the best deal for parts of my party. And I want the best deal for myself.
I beg your pardon?
As I have said before, it's about the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
And not Ireland? And the backstop?
No. It is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and myself. I ask everyone in this room to beg the deal, the best deal, so we can complete the historic duty to deliver on the decision of the British people and leave the European Union. And with all my heart, I commend this statement to this public house.
But Teresa, you know, normally I never have any opinion, but I thought we had something in common, the duty to serve the common good.
The common good? Angela, the common good? I have had enough. I am tired of archaic procedure. I am tired of the parliament. I am on my side.
But we are both daughters of Protestant ministers.
Protestant ministers? I have been a Catholic minister, even a prime minister. And I firmly believe everything will be forgiven, even my 5 years as commission reverend.
Prime Minister, I am your man. Please remain. And you know what I will do for you? In the Parliament, we will have full English breakfast every day.
Full English breakfast, but not with kippers. I am my own UKIP.
Yes.
And, Manfred, I have an idea. I want full English breakfast with Marmite. I'm a divisive character.
Yes. And fish and chips and Christmas pudding in December. And now my legacy. We will do the right thing. We will all drive on the left side.
Yes, Manfred, you are right.
No, I'm center right.
Manfred, I still need further concessions.
No problem. It's easy. We will not change the clock tonight. We will have all over Europe Greenwich Mean Time.
No, Manfred, this is not possible. We must be different. I cannot leave this to you.
Leave? I also want to leave.
Yes, ladies, just leave things as they are. And things will remain the same.
Remain?
Yes!
No!
Remain!
this'll do.
Yeah. Should be safe from the worst effects up here.
It's a long way down.
Okay, it is. Okay, everyone. Come on, gather round, gather round. Okay, here we go. Oh, there we are.
The day of reckoning is nigh.
Indeed it is. Oh, yea, verily it is so.
Let us join hands and chant. Dies irae, dies illa, O day of wrath and impending doom.
O
day of wrath and impending doom.
Just a minute or two to go. Now is the hour. Now is the hour.
What time is it?
I make it 2 past midnight.
Is that 2 minutes past 11 UK time?
Oh, no, when did the bloody clocks go forward?
No. Oh, shit, have we screwed up on this?
No, it's okay. It's okay. The clocks don't go forward for another 5 hours.
Okay.
So what's happened?
Oh, God. Hang on, somebody's coming.
Guys, it's off until April the 12th.
I wish they'd make their bloody minds up!
Come on, everyone. Back here, April 12th. Same time.
Yeah, and next time, please bring sandwiches.
Okay, come on. Oh.
Team.
Stan, hi. I got your paper ready.
Thanks, Fred, but I'm not buying anymore.
Why not? You've always had your daily paper as long as I can remember.
I know, but not anymore. In fact, you shouldn't be selling them. They don't work.
I don't work?
They don't work. They're all faulty. I've checked the consumer protection laws, and you have to give me my money back if the goods are faulty.
But, I mean, are you okay, Stan? Are you sure you're all right? You've been a bit funny since you went off on that holiday a couple of weeks ago. Where was it you went again?
Calais, in France.
And what happened?
The place was freezing cold, windy, wet, and mostly shut. In fact, it was the first time abroad for me and my missus.
But why on earth did you go in March?
Because my newspaper has been telling me for 2 years not to go to Europe after March the 29th this year, because I'll pay higher prices for everything, £7 for a visa and so on. So the missus and I thought we'd take our summer holiday earlier this month before all the things went wrong.
Stan, you poor chap. You shouldn't believe everything you read in the papers.
So you admit it? That's exactly my point. And you sell this stuff without warning customers of the dangers?
No, I mean, I didn't mean that. I mean, I just meant, I don't know. What exactly am I supposed to say to my customers, Stan? Huh? Here's your newspaper. That'll be £2. Thank you very much. By the way, some of the stuff in here might turn out to be wrong.
Yes, and you should.
I'm not responsible for what's in the bloody papers.
You are responsible for the reliability of the goods you sell. Under EU law, you have to give the customer a minimum 2-year legal guarantee against faulty goods or goods that don't work as advertised.
Two-year guarantee for a rag?
Yeah, for the contents of a daily paper, exactly. That's how I see it. I was told categorically on a daily basis for 2 years that we were leaving the EU yesterday. And I'm demanding repayment of 2 years' worth of copies of The Sun, plus compensation for a wasted holiday.
Stan, I understand your frustration. I understand. We all understand. But your argument isn't with me or with the paper. Your argument, it's with those idiots, you know, the politicians.
Yeah.
All of them. The papers are just telling you what they're saying. Brexiters, Remainers, all of them. Now, exactly who told you that we would leave yesterday, huh?
My newspaper.
Well, actually, it was Theresa May, as no doubt faithfully quoted by The Sun, and all those other papers as well. And the Prime Minister probably meant it when she said it.
I'm sorry, Fred. I'm just at the end of my tether.
Ah, that's all right, mate. I understand. We're all in this together. Now, do you want your paper or not?
Yeah, all right then. You see this amazing stuff about Trump? About Trump. Absolutely, he had nothing to do with the Russians after all.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't believe everything you read in the papers, you know.
You what?
Nothing. See you again tomorrow.
Come onto the stage, the Brexit chief negotiator, Michel Barnier.
Good evening. It is a pleasure to be here with you tonight. It's an honor to be amongst so many friends, and so some of my team are here too, so that's very nice. And I was just going to talk to you a little bit about the work of the Brexit Task Force for the United Kingdom. I want to be honest with you, I never thought I would hear myself say this, but I miss David Davis. No, but seriously, especially when it's someone you don't hardly know. But voila, I like him. He has a charming accent in English. He has no accent in French, obviously, but... no, there are very few times I have met him here in Brussels. We talked a lot, not about Brexit, of course. But I learned a lot from him about other things, about his English accent and everything. And he would sometimes say things to me like he would say things like Michel, look, don't worry, it's going to be all right, okay? It'll all be fine. You've got to trust me, mate. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It took me a long time to get that right, but I think that's how he is. But no, he was. I miss him. I do. He's what I call a friendly idiot. You know. And then, what can I tell you? Next, we had Dominic Raab. Yes, Mr. Raab. What can I say about Mr. Raab? He's a very goldfish. Sorry, he's a cold fish. I mean, I do not, I don't doubt his intelligence, but frankly, we had a word for him in the cellule, in the Brexit task force. We called him a twat. Which, no, we have a lot of fun in the task force. Yeah. And I think it's a friendly enough thing. It's just he's a clever twat, you know. Yeah, so that's what we call him. I think Sabine says irritating twat, you know. But anyway, so he's gone. I mean, I don't know what happens to them all. They put them somewhere. But no, it's true. There are other words we like. We like a laugh in the task force. We like twat, and the other word we like, we have fun is, and we use a lot in discussion about the British situation, is bollocks. Bollocks. We like bollocks. Yeah. Anyway, so Dominic Raab disappeared, and then we had another man. Stefan Barclay. Yeah, I don't know anything about him really, but oh mon Dieu, Geoffrey Cox. Oh mon Dieu. Oh. Quelque chose. He has been. Oh, we have talked. Oh, ears, very loud. Oh. The first time we were in my office, and I said, stop. I said, so one of my team had a good idea. I said, Mr. Cox, you go in the next office. And Monsieur Barnier would stay in his office. I was okay, but I then said, could you go 2 offices? And that was very good. That was really good because he could talk to me and I could hear every word, obviously. And I would email my replies from my desk. So this worked, very good. And I think this is the kind of thing I wanted to talk to you about, because it is this kind of compromis, this kind of spirit of compromis that we need in the Brexit talks themselves. Of course, I had no idea what the British were doing for the last 2 years, but nor did they, so I couldn't complain. And of course, I said to all of these people, Raab, Barclay, everybody, I said, listen, what is your trouble? Why are you having so much difficulty? I organize an entire Winter Olympics. So, now I know the British have a trouble with being in the cold weather, but even so, I did it in less time than these people. So anyway, my message to you is we continue, of course. We will continue. My team continues towards the goal of helping the British with only a little bit of sense of revenge about it, you know. Now our target is the 12th April, and also then the 22 of May. So we have a lot. Oh, and also I have I try to keep respectful of this problem, but we do have to ask ourselves why 52% of British people have chosen to leave the European Union. And I don't think it's a complicated answer. Personally, I think it's because they're all stupid. But of course, in my position, I cannot say that. So. And as I say, what is always good about my team is that we always have a good laugh. usually at the expense of the British. Because, I mean, that's what I like about the British, because whatever else you say about them, they're always good for a laugh, huh? Yeah. As David Davis used to say to me, and he taught me to say it too, he says, "Come on, matey, cheer up. It'll all be all right. It'll all be all right." I think that's how he speaks. I don't know, really. I don't hear it so well in my own ears. But so anyway, I just want to thank you for listening, and I hope this has enlightened you about the work that I and my brilliant team are doing and continue to do for as long as it takes. Or in my case, a bit less time, maybe. I just want to say I've always thought the Spitzenkandidaten process was, Spitzenkandidaten, the way we translate it in French, and I do it into English, is I spit on your candidate. So I look forward to becoming President of the European Commission long before Brexit is settled. Although I note here I was not supposed to say that. Oh well, thank you.
Episode of Death on Earth, we've taken ourselves down the Amazon to a tributary called the Styx to film an extraordinary event at the gates of hell. Homo sapiens at this extraordinary moment, the crossroads between life and eternity. And here, in this unique ecosystem, we find a rare border guard subspecies, Frontex charybdis, a Pole seconded from Ryanair to provide a culturally appropriate sense of customer care. Beyond the gates, outside Schengen, Commissioner Sharon ferries his charges to a place of fire and torture.
Donald Tusk told me to report here something about a special place in hell. An order under the residual powers of the infernal European Court of Justice.
Name? Passport?
David Cameron. David Cameron. What's this special place? It can't be worse than those awful 1922 committee meetings hounded by ghastly Brexiteers. And now that Pole wants me to live with them here for all eternity.
Yes, this is a special place. It is called Limbo.
Limbo is a Catholic concept, a place between life, heaven, and hell. Traditionally, where unbaptized babies and the mentally impaired were confined forever. It's what's known in Brussels as transition. or sometimes Turkey's accession process. Bored eternally, trapped in a never-ending trilogue. There were two types of limbo, and now a third type under the president's agenda, limbus brexitus, for those who campaigned without any plans for the future.
I don't qualify. I was always really a Remainer. You can't blame me for consulting the people.
Rubbish. You unleashed the monster. You called the referendum. You made Farage's wet dream come true. All to placate your party's madmen. Criminal negligence. You brought the matches to the fire. Move on.
You got your passport? Huh? Have you got your
Some
passport?
mistake, surely.
Name, date of birth.
Britannia, 2,000 years ago, when I first took on the Roman invader, united the nation like Boadicea.
I can't let you on the ferry with all that baggage. There's a surcharge.
Baggage? I have no baggage.
Come, come. 1,000 years of imperial history and colonial plunder. A bloody empire on which the sun never set. 800 years in Ireland? That master race complex? That sense of superiority? No baggage?
A proud and noble history. This sceptred isle which brought civilization to the heathen, the BBC. Coronation Street and EastEnders. Britain's Got Talent. We even won the Ashes once. Wimbledon, the Beatles, Cool Britannia, Tony Blair. Britannia rules the waves.
Waves the rules, more like. Precisely my point. The baggage surcharge is a mere 2,000 indulgences, if you want to take it with you.
Indulgences are the currency down here. Their origins were in payments to the Catholic Church that brought pardons from certain categories of sin or less years in hell. They caused Luther some problems, not the BBC detective brilliantly played by Idris Elba, but a German theologian who for some reason nailed a diet of worms to the door of a cathedral. Nordic cuisine, very trendy.
I did not expect the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Let me go.
Finally. Look, can you direct me to another gate? I think there's been some kind of terrible mistake. I only painted a bus. Lovely big red bus. With some kind of slogan. 350 million, you know. What harm did I ever do? Now they're throwing me under the, bus. I'm a fine painter. I could do some painting around here. Do you need any liquor paint? Something fireproof, maybe?
Name, date of birth, no appeal. This is Polish justice. Ella Kaczynski.
Well, bless you.
Oh. I said Kaczynski.
Well, Gesundheit.
Move on.
My name is Sammy Wilson, spokesman in the Commons on Brexit for the Democratic Unionist Party. My passport. The fires of hell hold no terror for me. We fought them off then takes at the Boyne, saved Ulster from sodomy, abortion, gay marriage, and gave a helping hand to that nice Mrs. May for a small consideration, a mere billion.
But didn't stay bribed, did you? Pulled the rug on her. Anything to declare?
Of course. I'm a proud, God-fearing Ulsterman. Ulster will fight, and Ulster will be right. No surrender until we surrender. As British as Marmite.
So you are ready to accept responsibility for the Brexit shambles?
No problem at all with that. Proud to do so. We Ulstermen could teach lessons in bigotry. We're masters of bloody mindedness. The buck stops here.
Come on, the ferry's leaving.
Schumann, Jean Monnet, Hallstein, Jean Ray, Luxembourg, coal and steel, original 6. Pioneers, Spinelli, NATO, Soviet threat, Charles de Gaulle, Berlin Wall, Europolitics.
Bilderberg, Belgium, Italy, the Netherlands, Iron Curtain, superpower, Cod Wars, easy. Customs duties, Rome Treaty, hello to the CAP, Common Market Council, regional policy. We didn't want the euro, now we don't stop moaning, but we keep postponing. We didn't want the euro, no we didn't like it, and we tried to fight it.
Churchill, Wilson, Edward Heath, Jacques Delors, US allied common rules, communist bloc, single market, EU flag, Maastricht, Lisbon, Schengen, commission fraud, million on the clock.
Selmayr, Juncker, EU's got a winning team. David Davis down the wire, 27 member states. Merkel, Emmanuel, Verhofstadt, Donald Tusk. World War II doesn't count, Britain's got no mates.
We didn't want the euro, no we don't stop moaning, but we keep postponing. We didn't want the euro, no we didn't like it, and we tried to fight it.
Brexit, backstop, Chequers plan, crash out, Corbyn, red lines, crushing defeat, IRA, Project Fear, Johnson bust, transition, Theresa May, referendum, take control, Britain's in a big hole.
No deal, bad deal, people's vote, final say, xenophobes, leave Remain.